Now, Australia could become caught in the middle of an attempt to block vaccine exports from Europe. The European Union is threatening to seize factories unless it receives its share of the AstraZeneca jabs. 41 million doses have already been sent to 33 countries. 10 million of those have gone to Britain, where about 37% of the population has been vaccinated. No vaccines developed in the UK's 2 AstraZeneca factories have been sent to Europe.
If the situation does not change, we will have to reflect on how to make exports to vaccine-producing countries dependent on their level of openness. So we are exporting a lot to countries that are themselves producing vaccines, and we think this is an invitation to be open, so that we also see exports from those countries coming back to the European Union.
For more on this, I was joined a short time ago by Elizabeth De Soma. She's the CEO of Medicines Australia, and I asked her if she can understand this reaction from Europe.
I can see how the European countries are very concerned about the level of disease circulating in their countries and why they might be concerned about not having enough supplies. However, as we've seen, taking a vaccine rollout across the nation is going to take time. Hoarding supplies in Europe is not going to make their rollout any quicker and is actually going to slow it down for other countries. So whilst I can understand their sentiment of concern for their own citizens, there's a bigger picture here about making sure that those vaccines are distributed across the world.
It seems a bit chaotic too, the way that the European approach, well, from afar, on the one hand they're saying that they're going to pause AstraZeneca and then on the other they're going to hold on to the vaccines. It's a bit counterintuitive.
It's a bit mixed messaging, actually. You know, we're concerned about the vaccine, so we're pausing it, but we're going to save all of it for ourselves because if we change our mind, we want to have it all. It does seem to be a mixed message. I know that the government's working really hard to try and resolve this issue and make sure that any supplies that we are expecting from Europe are going to be delivered.
And once the critical mass of production reaches that level out of CSL, how important will that be? You touched on it earlier in our interview, but so crucial to have that onshore in terms of our own supplies, but also helping our neighbours in the region.
Absolutely. I mean, it has been, a good decision that's turned out well, that CSL has been able to manufacture the AstraZeneca vaccine. And certainly my understanding is that those vaccines will start rolling out at the end of the month. CSL is an extraordinary asset for Australia, and being able to support our country and other countries in the region with vaccines manufactured here will be fantastic.
What are the implications for the normal flu vaccine? Are supplies still up? I know the cases of flu have been minuscule during the COVID period.
So a number of companies supply flu vaccinations to Australia, not just CSL. So GSK, Sanofi and others do provide flu vaccination. There are flu vaccinations already in the country and they're starting to roll out. So I think they're available on the private market, and then the public rollout of vaccinations will start around April, May, in time for the flu season. I understand that CSL are also manufacturing flu vaccine, and the AstraZeneca COVID vaccine manufacturing is not interrupting their flu vaccination program.
Well, that's good to hear. And as you said at the start, we're in a good position.
We're in a good position.
Elizabeth De Soma, CEO of Medicines Australia, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kieran.